Okay, so welcome to Google Presentations. We are going to take a look at just 10 questions about how you can use this application and how you can make, capture presentations that capture your audience's attention. Question 1 deals with some tips, and these are really important. The first tip is to limit the amount of text per slide. Look at this slide. This slide has way too much text per slide. Remember, you're presenting to an audience. Sometimes that audience is 30, 40, 50, maybe 100 feet in the back of the room, and if it's too much text for them to read, they're just not going to read it. And so you just want to put the bullet points, just not everything you want to say, but just the bullet points, the highlights, and let them fill in the rest as you're speaking. Okay, question 2. Question 2 deals with text and background color. Make sure your text and your background color contrast. Look at the difference here. Here we have white text and black text on a black background. You can see that if you're in the back of the room, it's very difficult to read. So we are going to, you're always going to want to make sure that your text color contrasts with its background color. And you can tell now that's much easier to read, and you can see why that's way too much text per slide. Just to show you another one here. There's a much better example of the amount of text you should use and how the text color contrasts with its background. And the third tip is to limit the amount of animations you use. Animations bring text into and out of a slide. We'll show you more of that in a minute. But make sure you only use that when it's important. If you use it on every slide, it's not going to have the impact in a presentation that you want it to capture your audience's attention. So those are the tips for number 1. Number 2, what is a theme and how can you change the presentation theme? Well, anytime you create a new presentation, create presentation. When it opens, it's going to ask you to choose a theme. And it has, 4 times, was that 6 or 7, 28, 24 to 28 different themes you can choose here. You can choose any one you like. I'll choose a different one here. Press OK. And now as we're creating this new presentation, it has a new theme. If we ever want to change that theme, right here on the toolbar, we have Change Theme. It goes back to this menu, and you can choose whichever one you like. Okay? You can also use this background button here and change the background color if you don't like some of the colors in the slide. But that keeps it a flat color and takes away some of the gradients. It may not be the best tool to use, but you can do that as well. Number 3. How do you add a new slide to a presentation, and how do you change the slide's layout? Well, when you need to add a new slide, we have this button right here, Add New Slide. You can see it added a new slide. It didn't change the color for the whole presentation, only for that one slide. And then we can add a couple of them. If you want to change the layout of that slide, we have a Layout button here, and it shows several different layouts for this theme. Right now it defaults to this. We can change it to this one if we like, with 2 text boxes, or we can change it to something like this, which would be good for a video with a caption down at the bottom. So that's how you add new slides and change the layout. Number 4, how do we delete slides? Well, if we have a slide we don't like, we simply select it and then press delete on the keyboard, and you can see how that disappears. Number 5, how do you rearrange slides in a presentation? Well, if you ever need to rearrange slides, we use the slide sorter over here on the left-hand side, and we can simply drag and drop these in whatever order we like, and then we're able to rearrange slides. Number 6, what are transitions used for in Google presentations, and how do you apply them? Let's go back to the other presentation. So transitions, you can see right here on the toolbar, we have a transitions button, and in transition, let me move this picture over. The transitions effect is an effect that helps you move from slide to slide to capture the audience's attention. You can choose one, and then just hit play to check it out. So there's a gallery presentation, And if that's the one we choose, we apply it to all slides. Did I do that? Yes. And now each slide has that transition. Just choose one per presentation. You don't need to do a bunch of different effects. It takes away from the impact of that effect, so you just want to use it sparingly. Where are the text formatting options in Google Presentations? Well, notice if you look up here on the toolbar or in the menu bar, you do not see any text formatting options. If I go into Format, they're even grayed out. They're not being able to be used. Once you click into a text box, then you see these options appear here. You see this type of font, size, bold italics. You can insert a link, aligning text to the center or left or right. And the ones you're used to seeing, those are all right there. So number 8, what are animations used for in PowerPoint? Well, animations are used to bring text into and out of a slide. And to find them, we go to View, Animations. There's a shortcut right there for you, but View Animations. Let me slide the screen over. Here on the right, you can see that there's some animations. Now, you don't have the ability to bring things all on one at a time, but they do work. Let's see, play. Where's play? You can see how it works. So it inserts the slide. Okay. And each time you click, it inserts a different one of those because you don't have the ability to add more than one. You can just, let's see, we can delete these and have it just happen for you. So we'll play this one. So the slide comes in, nothing happens, and then you click, and it appears. So that's how it works in Google Presentations. What objects can be inserted into a slide? Let's slide this back over. We don't need to see that pane. So we have insert here. Well, let me insert, there we go, into a text box. Insert. We have an image, a new text box. If I wanted to add something, maybe it went in a different direction than this, I could do that just by drawing a new text box right here. Bringing this over, let's say right there. And when I type in it, I can say, look at what I can do, ... Now right now all that text is black, so let's change the text color to white. Pop, 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 pop. And then, whoops, we should be able to change that. Oh, okay. We should be able to change that text direction somewhere. Maybe not in this version. That's unfortunate. Okay. So number 9 rather. What can you insert into a slide? Well, you can insert several objects, a text box, an image, video, word art, a line or a shape, or a table. You also have a table here, but you can insert all of those things onto a slide to help you format a slide and make it the way, look the way you want it to look. And finally, what are the 2 ways to start a presentation? Well, right up here in the top right hand corner, or near the top right hand corner, you either present. You can present from the beginning. You can present just the speaker notes, which are down here below, or present this whole presentation in a new window. Okay. You can also use Control F5. Hold down Control, hit F5, and the presentation begins. We click, and it shows it from that slide. Okay. So that is Google Presentations. You can see here on this slide where I've inserted a picture and I've inserted a object, and here I've inserted a video that plays directly from here. If we were to play this slide from here, it's a YouTube video and it plays within the presentation. Alright. So that is Google Presentations. You'll do 3 or 4 exercises working on these before you create your own, and hopefully you find this useful. Have a good night.